Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie, and we are going to make cards today. We are going to make a sneak peek from the new annual catalog that goes live on May 2nd. And so I am really excited to make this card with you and show you some new things. Um, Let me just check here. I have an itchy nose. Let me just check here and see if we're live. And it looks like we are. Good to see you guys. Holly, how are you? Good to see you. Renee, good to see you. Thank you from Columbus, Ohio. Wow, how's your weather there, Renee? So, I actually have sort of bad news. Ellie is not feeling well today. We had her to the vet already this morning. Roz, good to see you. She is just not feeling good. She's a little bit warm. She had a tiny bit of a temperature. Hi, Tammy. They completely checked her out and they could find nothing wrong. Last night she was outside, and we have a really closed in small yard, completely fenced and everything. And she came to the screen door where she usually comes, and the screen door was open and she let out a cry. And I jumped up because we had the door, the main door open. And I grabbed her because she doesn't usually do that. And from that point on, she's just wants to sleep all the time. We kind of thought she was limping. She wouldn't walk too much. So we took her to the vet this morning. He completely checked her out. The only thing we can think is that possibly, even though it was night, that possibly a bee stung her, but he couldn't find where. But she's completely, hi Carol Schaefer. But he checked her out and we brought her home. When she was there, of course, she jumped around and acted just fine. And then we got home, she ate, and then she just wants to sleep all the time. So, spider, maybe. Yes, that's a good idea, Tammy. Ellie is going to be 10 next month. May 13th or 15th. I think it's the 13th. The spider idea is a good idea. She had just a low temperature and they said that wasn't unusual at all. So I don't know. I know she doesn't feel good. Your Nala, Roz has had a stomach bug. Oh dear. Under the bed. Oh, I hate it when they get sick. Yeah, and even holding her now, she feels warm. But we can call him, he said call anytime. But she's just, you can kind of tell, she just isn't even looking around. She just wants to kind of lay there. Hi, Tina Lesson. Good to see you. So I thought I would just tell you, and then I'll put her down so she can go back in her bed and go back to sleep. Because she's just not doing too well, are you? No. Yeah, she just kind of keeps kind of opening her mouth and licking a little bit. So I'm going to put her back in her bed. Yeah, she felt a lot warmer just now. So I'll have to keep an eye out for her. I thought maybe we would have to cancel it because I got all these, you know how you get all these things in your mind. Cindy thought of a spider bite. Too. Okay, and your dog will be 10 in December. Yeah, it's just, well, my husband went to the vet with me and everything. When he goes, it's a big deal. Um, they took a blood test for a heartworm, but I don't think they saw enough evidence to take a blood test um, for anything else because she got all spunky when she was there. We couldn't believe it. Yeah, she's a senior dog. Yeah, so I'm just hoping she'll snap out of it. She did come home and eat what was her breakfast. So I feel, I'm not as worried because we talked to the vet and he saw her and everything. And I know that I can call at any time, but yeah, it might have to work through her system. I agree, Tammy. So I didn't have to cancel, and I'm so glad because I have a bunch of new stuff to show you. I've been playing with. Hello, Vicki Eakins from Arizona. Good to see you. I've been having so much fun. I kept thinking, well, I'll show them retiring stuff. And you know what? I just can't help myself. I have to play with this new stuff. Thank you, Holly. I'm glad she ate too. So let's see. First thing I wanted to talk about was last chance items. Okay, they're still going to be available through the end of the month, the 30th, which is a Sunday. So we've got 2 weeks plus still to go. And there are literally still hundreds of things there. And I wanted to give you a couple of hints of what to watch for and what to look for. But first, let me show you a card that's on my blog today because it kind of goes in with the hints that I wanted to tell you. So let me turn you down just for a minute and I'll show you this card. So today, I'm part of the PALS group. And that means that I'm a downline of Mary Fish. She's a, multi-million-dollar seller. And she has all this special stuff for us. And we have a blog hop every month. And so this is my card for the blog hop today. And you can see it on my blog, prettypapercards.com. But I wanted to show you what I'm talking about as far as the last chance sale. And I tried to make sure, and it's true, these items that made this card are still for sale. They're on the last chance list. This is a retiring set, and there are a few new things on here, but let me show you. And I can show you because this is from the retiring mini catalog, and it's this stamp set right here, the Fragrant Flowers bundle. Let me move it over just a little bit. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. So it's sold as a bundle, and it's being sold on the last chance list as a bundle, and I believe the price is still the same. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's still $48.50. The stamp set is $23, and I don't think that's on sale. Not 100% sure. It might be a little marked down. But the dies are normally $31, and they are marked down to $12 something. I think it's $12.60. And so what I wanted to tell you is pay attention. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful bundle. I haven't even used it to its ability. I haven't even had a chance to use it as much as I wanted to. But the thing to watch for is watch what is the sale price of the bundle, okay? What is the sale price if you got the stamp set and the dies separately? And I have a feeling most of the time it's going to be to get them separately because the dies on that last chance list are so marked down. Now, another pointer, I've got several pointers for you. Also, the Queen Bee dies that I love so much, the stamp set is carrying over to the online exclusives, but I don't think the dies are. And the dies are $12.60 also, okay? Amazing price. I love that set. If I didn't have those dies, I would buy them today for that price. So bundles carrying over. Now, some bundles are carrying over. Let me see here if I can find a bundle that's carrying over that I'm 100% sure is carrying over. Well, Nested Friends is going into the that's going into the online exclusives too. And you know how to find the online exclusives. You just go to stampinup.com and search for online exclusives. Okay, this is I think the Regency Park is continuing. I have to say, I'm trying to find one for you that is continuing so I can give you this example. The Delicate Desert is completely retiring. But I wanted to give you an example. I may just have to tell you. Okay, the Citrus set. This is continuing. Now, you'll have to double check. But generally, so first of all, we know everything is going up in the new catalog, right? So if there's something that's continuing that you want, get it now because the price is going to be lower than it's going to be in the new catalog, period, end, okay? But in a case like this for the citrus, you'll have to check because I believe nothing here is on sale during last chance because it's all continuing. However, I don't think it's continuing as a bundle. I think it's continuing separately. So that means still today, if you got the sweet citrus bundle, you would be still saving money because it's 10% off these full prices, and the full prices are going up. So you guys know I'm not an absolute math whiz. The taco set is carrying over, right? So if you love the taco set, my recommendation is get it now because I'm pretty sure it's going up. I haven't checked one for one, but I wanted to let you know that, and you should check one for one. And I hope a lot of you have gotten your catalogs. If you're my customer and haven't received it, it's on the way to you. Demos are receiving theirs right now around the world, but definitely in the US. So that's what I wanted to tell you about retiring stuff. Now, speaking of the sweet citrus bundle, so here's my card again from that Fragrant Flowers. Isn't that, the new things, I used Berry Burst cardstock, which I love. This is the new Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper, which we're going to use a little bit of today. And this is the new, one of the new ribbons. It comes in a combo pack, and I love it. And it's lemon lime twist, I think. Yeah, I think it's lemon lime twist. And it is beautiful also. So this is a combo of retiring things and new things. Okay, done. So if you're interested and you love the citrus set and you have it or you haven't gotten it, that is my online class for this month. And today is the last day to register for my online class. Let me put you up now. Let me just put you up so I can talk to you. Okay, there you are. Thank you for sharing, Kay. It's the Sweet Citrus class to go. You can get it with the bundle that I just showed you, and the class kit where you make 6 cards, 2 each of 3 designs. In your class kit, you get the Parakeet Party Stampin' Blends markers, alcohol markers. It ships free, and so if you don't have the bundle, you can order it from me with the whole class kit, plus you get 3 PDFs, you get a video tutorial for $99. If you have the bundle, you can order just the kit, and that is $45. And you still get everything to make 6 cards, the PDFs, the video, it ships free, and you get the Parakeet Party Stampin' Blends markers. And I'm going to give you, I did this on Friday, I'm going to give you just a sneaky peeky at the cards that you're going to make. So here's one. Okay, that was quick. Here's another one. I love this bundle, and here is the third one, and this does a little flip out like that. Okay, so those are the 3 designs you'll make, 2 of each, and the bundle, like I said, I don't think it's carrying over in the bundle format, but the stamp set and dies are carrying over. So this is a fabulous set to have. It's one of my favorites, and I always say that I don't do classes to go or my faith classes with sets I don't love. I always do it with sets and bundles that I love, and I love this bundle. So today's the last day to get it. Email me, Peggy at prettypapercards.com, and I'll get you all hooked up. You can also get the PDFs by themselves for $19 if you want it. They'll come with the video, but those are not delivered until the class is mailed out. So you have 3 different options. Hello, Diane Emerson. Good to see you. Yes, thank you, Cindy. I love it that you guys help me. The Sweet Citrus bundle is sold separately in the new catalog. So that's why if you want it, get it now, get it as a bundle, save your 10%, get it with me, and you'll get the whole class kit plus the bundle for $99, or just the class kit for $45. Okay, So let's see what else I want to tell you. I think that's it before we start. So I'm going to show you today, let me get you turned down again. Whoops. Uh-oh. I don't know what that was. Sometimes things happen. I don't even know what they are. So today we are going to use the brand new beautiful balloon stamp set. It's from the new annual catalog. If you don't have a demonstrator and you're not getting a catalog from them, email me and I will send you one, Peggy@prettypapercards.com, or just order from me and send me a note that you would like. Order something and send me a note that you would like the catalog, and I would be happy to give it to you. So this is like the first set in the catalog, and it's something we were able to pre-order. Yes, put prize. I have a good prize for next week that you're putting prize for today. I love it. I didn't think I would love this set as much as I do, but I'm going to show you why I love it today. Now, the card we're going to make is this one right here. This is the card we're going to make. But I want to show you a couple others because I've been just, like I said, I've been having so much fun. Okay, so I made this card. This is the first one I made, and I'm using lemon lolly, that I said was going to be one of my favorite colors, and berry burst. I have to tell you, I've already used up almost my whole pack of berry burst cardstock, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But this is the card I made out of this set, and this is one of the things I think is so cool. Look at this. Can you see this fringe? We're gonna make this today. I'm gonna show you how to make this with the dies. Isn't that cool? This is the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper, and I've used that whole pack also, except what we're using today. These are some of the different balloons. This is a stamp here. Polly, very warm North Carolina, good to see you. This is another piece of the Designer Series paper, and these are cut with dies. This is a die, these little ends of the balloons. And this is one of the stamps. I put it on the envelope. This little twisted crepe paper, right? Isn't that super cute? I love this. Okay, that's one sample. Here's the other sample, and this is how I've used everything up, because I want to celebrate with my team, and I think there's only one member of my team on here so far. I want them to really get excited about this catalog like I am. You know me. I just get everything new I love from Stampin' Up. That's why I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And so I wanted to send them a celebration card. So I've made them this particular card. This is another sentiment, and we're going to use this today. I think it's time for a celebration, and I do think it's time for a celebration for our new catalog. So every one of my team members is going to get one of these cards, and I use the Berry Burst behind, and I use the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper in the center. Colleen, good to see you. Yes, there are stars, and you're right, there are stars. This one paper has stars, and I haven't even used the star dies. Look at those, and look at that cool tag. Very cool. You know, you can only use so much in a couple days. Anyway, so I just finished making 100 of these cards, and I used up all of this paper except what I'm going to use today, and I used up almost a whole pack of my Berry Burst cardstock. But this is a super simple card that you can make with beautiful Designer Series paper and beautiful colored cardstock. Okay, so the card for today, this is very cool. So here is our fringe in all the new core colors, and I love this piece. This is a piece that I saved out from the Designer Series paper. I saved out this one piece so that we could make this fringe, but it's a 6x6 DSP, and the back has some lemon lolly stars. Okay, they're a little bit hard to see because they glare. So this is a piece of lemon lolly cardstock, which I wanted to use, And for this, I have embossed with this new Basics 3D crosshatch embossing folder. Let me hold it up a little bit. This is currently it's an online exclusives. It comes in a 3-pack. We've used one of the other ones before in my lives, and I really like this. Let me hold it up close and see if you can really see it. Can you see that crosshatch? It's kind of, I'm thinking because it's subtle, that it's going to be one of those embossing folders that we can use for almost anything to give texture. So are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, so to make this the way I made this card, I want to show you what I did with the card base. So I made a card base of basic white, and I have my measurements here for you if you want to take notes. This is 7 3/4 by 5 1/2. It's your standard 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, but cut down to 7 3/4 and scored at 4 1/4. So when you fold it, it has this edge, so that when you pick up the card, you can just kind of play with the fringe if you want to. And you use crosshatch in quilting. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay, so this is how we're going to begin. And I've already, because I knew we would take time doing actually showing you how to make the card and everything, I went ahead and embossed this piece of Lemon Lolly cardstock, and it's 5 1/2 by 3 3/4 and embossed already with the crosshatch. But we're not going to put it on until we make our fringe. So let's do that. Here is our piece, and this is the die. We looked at it when I first got the everything in our kind of preview. The yellow is bright. It is, Becky. You like bright colored yellows. Yeah, it really is a neat color. Okay. And another thing is all the dies fit in the mini cut and emboss machine, which I love. Okay, so we want our piece to go like this, and with this one, and I have to pay attention here. Oh yeah, now I remember. Okay, so these are all blades on this die. All of those cut the fringe, but this does not cut and this side does not cut. So what you want to do is, to make the fringe, you have to put this on an edge that is already cut, okay? In other words, this piece is going to end up the same size, but this edge will be the fringe and this edge will remain the same, okay? So what we want to do, let me look. We want to put the die right there on the edge, and then I'm going to be really careful. You could use some tape to hold it down, but usually I'm pretty successful. And I'm going to put that down over it, and we'll just run it through. Okay, I have to hold on tight. And we're going to see how that comes out. It should come out just perfect. Okay, you see what I mean? All that is cut, and this edge is the way it is, so it's perfect when you pull it off. Ta-da! Fringe! Look at that! Isn't that just neat? I just love it. And then we have this section that we can adhere under the Lemon Lolly piece. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, so where did I put everything? Okay, here it is. So here's our card. Here's the Lemon Lolly piece, and here is the fringe. So what I'm going to do is put the fringe on first. And I'm going to start at this end because I want more of, I don't necessarily want the Lemon Lolly to show because we have so much of it right here. So I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue, and we're going to trim off what doesn't adhere. And I'm going to put some of my glue right along there because that's the part that's going to be sticking down. And then I'm going to put it just like that, and I'm going to double check on the back here. And I also want to check, uh-oh, okay. This happened to me a little bit earlier when I was doing my practice one. Let me pull that off. Okay, so I need to put it down further. I need to put it down to where it comes to, can you see what I'm doing? To where it comes to, I'm just learning myself, you know. We're all learning. To where it comes to the edge of the card. Okay, there we go. No real difference. I just didn't pull it back far enough. Okay, there we go. Now we can go ahead and put our crosshatch piece on. And we're going to put this right in here. Just like that. Let's make sure everything's working as it should. Okay. And then we're going to go back and trim off that little bit there. We'll just trim that little bit off. And press down and make sure it's pressed on. There we go. Isn't that neat? Isn't that just the neatest? I mean, there's so much that we can do. We can do a lot of stuff with that. And so from the back side of the card, you don't even see any of that fringe. I mean, I'm sure many demonstrators are going to think of very neat things to do with this fringe. I mean, I had been thinking we could go crossways on the card too. There's just a lot we can do. We can use it on 3D things. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. Okay, now we're ready for our balloons. Let me see, where are our decorative balloons? And what I did is I did do some cutting in advance because just for time saving. And so we'll just do one balloon. And I had these left over from yesterday when I made all those cards for my team. So we can use one of those for a sentiment. So I went ahead and pre-did these 3 balloons, but I saved the one stamp that I think is the coolest to do with you, to show you how it works. So here's the stamp. I already have it on the block, and it's this right here. Can you see that? Let me get it up close to you. Okay. It's just dotted. And look at that. I haven't even used that either. Look at that little string. There's more little dots for a smaller balloon. And look, there are little party-ish things. So fun. So I thought I would do this stamp using Lagoon ink. This is another beautiful returning color. And the one thing to pay attention to on the balloons and stuff, some of the big ones like this one here, you definitely have to use a pad under. If you have a Stamparatus, it would be good to use for these big ones, or just stand up and press down hard. This one was more critical than this one is because this is just the little dots. So we're just going to stamp this right here. And there are all of our little dots. Can you see them? I always feel like when I look, I can't see really from here. When I look at the screen, I don't feel that you can see it up close. So I always want you to see it up close. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to cut this with the die. And I'm going to show you all the different balloon dies here. So this particular one worked best with this die. And maybe some of you know, why are some of the dies closed and some open? Because they do the exact same thing. This cut the edge and this cut the edge, and it's still all one piece inside. So I don't know the difference between the two. Hello, Margaret Gordon. Good to see you. Yes, so if some of you know why, because they both, the way I can see it, they do the same thing. Okay, and then we have this balloon. And so there's a closed one, there's an open one, another open one. This is a trio of balloons, the big one, medium, and small. But I cut this out in white and I tried to stamp on it and it didn't really work right. So I think maybe you cut this out of DSP. I'm not sure. I I need someone to tell me more about that. And then the stars, this is like the outside of the fringe. If you stamped the fringe, then you would use that die to cut the fringe. And then this is spiffy. This makes all kinds of little dots and stars to put in or on your balloon. That one I used to make all these little stars on this sample. So they've given us everything we could need. Okay, so let's cut this one out. The 3 solid ones will fit into the large 3 balloon pieces. The solid one is so that you can cut out solid cardstock and use them on your card. And they fit inside of this. Like a balloon inside of a balloon. That kind of, when we see that, they usually have a clear balloon and then another balloon on the inside. Is that it? Okay, got it, got it. I don't know. I'm not, don't tell anyone. I need people to explain these things to me. Sometimes I just don't totally get it, but once I get it, so I will try it out that way. Okay, so this balloon, this die is smaller than the balloon. I tried putting the big one over it. I'll just show you. So you put, whoa, you can use the big one and it would work, but it would have white edges. And I didn't really want that because I wanted it to really show with all the dots. So I just used this one. I don't know, just me. But I really liked all the dots. So let's do this. Whoops. Going backwards this time. Yes. Okay, got it. Thank you, Renee. You guys are so smart. Seriously. Alrighty, so we have this little guy in here, and now what, it's not going to come out? Oh my goodness. Come out. There's not a hole to poke it through. Sometimes I do that. Do you ever do that to get a die to come out? Goodness sakes, that's not good. What? Well, there we go. No, that wasn't hard. Okay. See, I really like the way that looks, don't you? I do. I just like that. Okay. So now we're ready to put our card together, and I wanted to show you a little something I figured out. I'm going to use, this is Baker's Twine, Tahitian Tide. Drop it higher, Cindy, that's right. Okay, so this is Baker's Twine from last year's In Colors, the 2022-24. And I just think it goes, this color is the Azure Afternoon. And I thought it really goes with the blues. Don't you think it kind of goes with the blues? I do. So what I did, I think I have a little balloon hiding under there, is I stuck some little pieces of this Baker's Twine on with, you could do it with reversible tape, Scotch tape, but these are kind of small for a piece of tape. So I decided to use just little glue dots and put a glue dot over it or under it, either way. However you can get that to the Baker's Twine to stick on there. So let's do another one. And so we have to do this 4 times, and I'll show you how to make that cute bow that I made on our sample card. So we can just do that and put this little bit of twine right on top just so it sticks on there. And we're going to move the twine however we want it to move. And I'm using my big scissors because they're the ribbon scissors and they make such a nicer cut there. So we'll turn both of these over. We'll put one little glue dot on each one, just like that. Oops. This happens. Those little glue dots are sticky. And one more. Okay, right here. Thank you, Carol. I like the card too. I like this. I love this bundle. I really do. I think it's going to be so much fun. It's a happy bundle. It's it can be used for adults or children. Everybody loves balloons. It can be used for, like I said, the card that I'm sending to my team members for celebrating. It can be a graduation. It can be an anniversary. I mean, it can be anything. Okay, so now we've got our balloons, and now we just need to put them on. And I'm going to put this first one. This was stamped in Berry Burst, another one of my favorite new colors. I'm just going to glue that down. The rest I'm going to adhere with Stampin' Dimensionals. So this is our fun one that we stamped. And what I'm going to do, because I already know I want it to overlap the Berry Burst one, so I'm putting my dimensional out to the side, and I'm going to put it kind of like that. Okay, and then we're going to use our Azure Afternoon, and I'm going to put my dimensional over to this side right there, and we'll put it like that. And then we have our cute little Lost Lagoon one, and the dimensional for this I'm going to put right over the glue dot and the baker's twine. Let me see, I want it to stick down really well. And then this one is going to go right in the center here, like that. Okay. And now what we're going to do is pull all of these together, and I'm going to tie a bow around it. You could definitely just tie a knot. You know, in fact, maybe we should do that just to see what we think, because it's much easier. I hope I'm in the camera. So I'm just going to tie a knot right here. We'll start with that and see what we think of it. Because, you know, usually they just have a knot when you see bunches of balloons, right? So we'll just tie a knot and see how that looks. So that's the first loop of the knot. And then we'll just do the second one. And I think this might look almost as good as a bow. I mean, nothing can compare with a bow, right? Okay, we'll just do that. And we'll cut these off down here. I might trim them a little bit more later. And we're going to make it work, don't worry. It might look a little odd now, but we're going to fix it. Okay, and here is our sentiment that I pre-stamped. And I'm going to put that on with dimensionals. I just got all these little ends here, oh gosh. I'm not going to put a dimensional up close there. I'm going to keep them back so that the twine can go under if I want it to. Okay, and then we want this. This is something I'm doing a lot lately, is just using a strip and cutting an angle just like that. Okay, so here is our knot. And what I'm thinking, I wonder if, let's just put it down like that. Maybe we don't even need the knot to show so much. We can pull it down like that, and I'm going to use a couple of glue dots to hold it down underneath, and nobody will even see it. But it holds the twine together. I mean, don't you agree this is a really super fun set? Yes, you do need it. I know. I think we all need it. I'm thrilled to have it. I really am. Okay, so I'm going to pull these all down. I'm going to, let me see, let me get my glue dot right on the back there, and then we'll just see if we can't slide it right under. Slide under, slide under. Whoops. Okay, it's kind of trying to come out there. That's not too bad. There, I think that's kind of cute. And then we can trim these up just a little bit. It looks better if you trim them more individually, actually. because then they're not all exactly the same length, because they really wouldn't be. There we go. Isn't that cute? And I won't take the time, but you could do the envelope. This is, I just put a couple of those other stamps, the one with little fun spots, this one right here. I just put some of those, and I might go back and do that on the inside also. But then when you open the card, you see it looks really good on the inside. It's not, you see the fringe, and you still have lots of room to write or stamp other sentiments. Truthfully, I love this new set, and I hope you'll put it on your wish list. Okay, let me turn you back up. There you are. Okay, Ellie's sleeping under my craft table, so she's sleeping. Okay, last week's prize was a group of 4 of my cards. I won't take them out. We went through them last week, but this one is really my favorite. This stamp is carrying over this stamp set. I think it's called Light the Way. It's beautiful. And the winner was someone from my YouTube, over from YouTube, Mary Dubois Pud. And Mary, I'm thrilled that you are watching my YouTube channel. I get several comments over there and I love it. And so I'm going to go over to YouTube and I'm going to reply to you over there. You have 2 weeks from today to email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com with your mailing address so that I can get this set of 4 or 5. I don't remember. It's 4 or 5 cards out to you. And so that date will be the 26th of April. And if you don't respond, I'll put it back in my stash. But I'm going to connect with you, Mary. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. And you guys, I had to take a break from giving away cards. And so for next week, the prize for next Wednesday is going to be this gorgeous green evening evergreen window pane ribbon that is being discontinued. I want to get it up really close for you. It's so pretty, and I had this extra bolt here. So it's a good one. It's a good one. I almost kept it for myself, but mostly I use new stuff so that I can show it to you guys. So put prize if you're interested in this. And thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'll see you Friday. And if you want my Sweet Citrus class to go, make sure that you email me tonight, like now, Peggy@prettypapercards.com. Okay, thank you all. And pray for little Ellie that she gets better. I hope she's better by Friday.